Hey guys, how's it going? I'm back with another video. So in this video here, I want to talk about something interesting that came up in my feeds. Now, some of you may be aware of this type of chess here. It's called Paco Ŝako, and or you can call it peace chess. I don't think that's what Paco Ŝako actually means, but how it works. So let me give you a little story. Let me give you a little history on this, what it is. All right, so this variant is a variant of chess that was created by a Dutch artist named Felix Albers. And how this works is it's more or less works on what you call a union chess principle. What that means is that when you, instead of saying my knight want to take your pawn, you don't take the pawn. You actually put the knight and the pawn together. And so, for example, you had a black pawn that was taken by a white knight. The black side, the side with the black pieces, can still move that union as a pawn moving forward or move diagonal to create a new union, and the white side can take and move the union as a knight. So I guess in a way you can look at it like this, that's already one difference in major chess is, regular chess, is that a pawn can technically go backwards in this game, in this variant here. So, so let me show you exactly how this works before I tell you a little bit about what I think about the board and the box that came in and other things. So how this works is, say if I move my knight out as white, I mean all the pieces move just like normal chess pieces, and black moves his pawn out. In normal chess, you could take your knight and you would take this pawn and remove it from the board. But in this chess here, Paco Ŝako, what you would do is you would go here and now you create a union. So this is what you would have. This right here looking like this, and you see how like on the bottom it looks like the yin yang symbol. So let's put that back on the board. So now what can happen is that when black is at play, if he chooses to, he still can move this pawn forward or create a union going diagonally, or white can also take this union and move it as a knight. Let's say he moves a knight here or so, or move a knight here, but he's moved this entire union. Now, with that said, there is a thing where you create a chain reaction. So let me show you how this works. I'm gonna just make a position of here. I'm not gonna try to play a game because again, it's a very easy concept to learn how to play the game, but I think it's complicated when it comes to strategy. So let's just say this bishop is, I don't know, let me put this here. And this bishop is here, right? I take this bishop, and no, let me do it from the white side. It makes more sense this way. If I had my white bishop here on this diagonal, and it still moves according to the chess rules on the diagonal, you would go here, you would break this union, you would connect the bishop and pawn union now, but now because the knight is free, you have to move the knight somewhere. So technically you can move multiple pieces on your go. So when you break this union, I now can move this knight, say to here, for example. Now, you may be asking, what is the purpose of the game? How do you win it? Well, how you win it is the first side to make a union with the opponent's king wins the game. So what you may have noticed already is that no pieces ever come off the board. That's why this, in terms of strategy, can be incredibly intricate and complicated. So now, what I want to show you is what you call the chain reaction. So again, you can move as many times as you break a union, you can move pieces as that same amount of times. So let me give you an example here. And I'll even show you how to win a game with the piece. And one other kind of rule that's in this game that's not apparent is that you are only you're not really in check in this game, but that's the whole point. You're not really ever in check in this game. So for example, if I take this queen, this black queen and white bishop union here on this diagonal, this king is not in check, because don't forget the goal here is not to check or checkmate a king, is to make a union with one of your pieces and the enemy king. So let me just show you how this works. Let me just Just put some pieces out here on the board. Again, this is just for demonstration. Again, I'm not going to try to play a game because this takes some learning to get strategy. Now, let's just say if my queen is here on this diagonal, I move it according to chess rules. I go here, I break this union. Now there's two queens together on this square. Now the bishop is free. Now the bishop goes to the king, creates a union, and white wins the game. All right. So now let me demonstrate a chain reaction here. Again, let me just move some pieces out of the way here. I'm going to take those same pieces and put them back on the board. And I'm going to show you how to create a chain reaction. All right, so let's just say, let's put a queen here. Okay. Again, this is just for demonstration here. Again, this is not gonna this position is not gonna make any sense. Okay, so just bear with me here. All right. So now let's just say if this is white to move. Okay. So white takes a queen and goes here to break this union between. Because this is a rook and this is a pawn, a black pawn and a white rook. So white goes here to break this union. So now he removes the white rook from the union, now creates the union of the white queen and the black pawn. Now this rook is free to move. So what I want to do now is move this rook over here to this union where I have a white knight and a black pawn. When I move the rook to this square, it breaks that union, and now I have a union here of a white rook and a black pawn with this white knight free to move that was on the square. So now I come here to this square, break the union between this black queen and white bishop. And now I have created a union of a white bishop and a black queen. And so now my white bishop is free to move. And so now, because I'm on this white diagonal, I can move my bishop here on this diagonal to the black king and create a union with my white bishop and black king. Thus, white wins the game. So again, that's another demonstration of how you win the game, but I just want to show you how the chain reaction works. I'm really excited about this. I really want to play this game with somebody or find a computer program to play this against a computer with. I'm going to reach out to the makers of this and just see, do they have any, again, like I said, I haven't really searched to see is there any playable electronic version of this online, because again, I think this is incredibly interesting. This is about the only variant of chess I've ever been excited about. You know, I play 960. I don't necessarily consider 960 as a variant because again, you still you play by chess rules and play, you know, except for this fact of the starting position, but otherwise you're playing basically normal chess outside of that. So with that said, some quick takes on this set. The board is a foldable board. It's a really nice board, I gotta say, to be a foldable card, you know, board. The box it come in is a very nice box, and I like the piece design. They're a little light, but again, that's not really, because again, you're not really gonna be playing blitz with something like this. This here is to, I mean, if you wanted to play regular chess with this set, you could. But again, this is going to take some thinking here to play this game here. And another thing, you know me, if you watch my channel, I really like it when black squares, or when squares are a little shade different than the pieces. Like for example, the white pieces are a little off-white, so they have contrast with the white squares, but the black pieces are very black, just like the squares are very black. So I wish, for example, like the squares was a little bit lighter. But be it as it may, I still think the overall design, the overall set, the overall concept, I give it an A+. I mean, this is pretty amazing here. I'll have this linked in the description if you want to check it out. Again, there's very few videos on YouTube about this, and well, if you know anybody that knows how to play this game, just reach out to me and just, you know, post in the comments, you know, maybe talk about strategies and tips and that sort of thing. I really would appreciate that. So that's it. This is the Paco Ŝako, if I'm saying that correctly. And I hope you guys enjoyed it. Again, I have a close-up of the pieces coming up next after this, and also a slideshow at the end of this video. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Take care. I love to know what you guys think about this. See you in the next one. Bye.